Hello, Gene Schwimmer here. Welcome to today's vlog. First order of business to welcome a new subscriber, Manju Rade. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And as I always say when I introduce a new subscriber, I don't know if I get notices every time somebody subscribes. So if you also subscribed, somebody out there, and I don't mention you, it's because I didn't get a notice. But welcome to everybody, all new subscribers. Welcome to the family. Now, before we get to today's main subject, just one other item I need to mention that I shouldn't have to mention. You should already know about this, but the way the media are suppressing any news about, well, any detrimental news about Joe Biden, I have to make sure everybody knows about this. This is very significant. I hope Trump will raise it at the debate tonight. I'm recording this on Thursday. You're seeing it the day after. But you know all about China, or you should know all about China and Hunter Biden and Joe Biden and a certain email, which I'm going to, well, here's the email. This is about a shady business deal involving Hunter Biden and several associates. But if you look down at the bottom, you see percentage splits. You see 20% to H, which is obviously Hunter Biden. Then you have 20, 20, 20. You have 10 for Jim, and then you have 10 held by H for the big guy. Who is the big guy? Look at who I'm indicating with an arrow. Tony Bobulinski. He was the main recipient of that email. He has come forth to validate the email, to attest to the authenticity of that email, because you still have, well, that's the reason ostensibly for not reporting this significant scandal. That's what it is, a scandal. They're saying it hasn't been verified. The laptop maybe is Russian produced and not really Hunter Biden's, even though there is a work order that you can also see on the internet that is signed by Hunter Biden. The FBI took possession of the drive. Hunter Biden's lawyer contacted the owner of the computer repair shop who had the laptop to give it back, or to at least give back the hard drive. Yet we still have the media saying that, or the liberal media saying that it's Russian disinformation or it's not verified. So now you have another piece of evidence. And thank you very much. God bless the New York Post, the only paper that is digging into the story. With the fake Russian story, if one paper reports it, the liberal papers, they pick right up on it. And we also know that these quote-unquote reporters, objective reporters, often, well, we could call it collusion. They communicate, they email in private, they all agree on a story, and they all push it in their respective publications. So here is a great story on which all of these liberal media poobahs can collaborate. But they're doing the exact opposite. They are burying the story for obvious reasons, because they want to sway the election. They want to elect Joe Biden, defeat Donald Trump, and that is more important to them than fairly reporting the news. Well, we already knew that. Just the fact that 90% of the coverage of Donald Trump is negative. I don't think Vlad the Impaler would get 90% negative coverage from the liberal media. I could be wrong on that, though. We'll never know. But getting back to the email, we have this email to Tony Bobulinski, who was to be the CEO of this joint venture, this business deal. He came forward and he said that this email is authentic, that he did receive it, that the deal is a real deal, and most important, that the big guy, the person getting 10%, is Joe Biden. Joe Biden is the big guy, according to Tony Bobulinski, and if Tony Bobulinski is lying, Joe Biden can sue him. Could sue him for slander, or libel, depending whether the statement was in speech or writing, but he can sue him. So we'll see if Joe Biden does. I imagine if he does, it will come sometime after he says that these emails and all this stuff on the hard drive and the hard drive itself, that it is not genuine. Still waiting for Joe Biden to come forward and say that. I would not hold my breath. Also, keep in mind, there is another email from Hunter Biden's daughter asking Hunter to send her some money because her debit card or some kind of credit card, it got rejected. So she asked for some emergency funds, and Hunter Biden emailed her back that he would give her the money, but that she had to learn to be more responsible, which is kind of funny coming from Hunter Biden, but I guess I'll just let that lie. You make your own judgment. But he also said that unlike Pop, meaning Joe Biden, he wasn't going to demand half of her money or half of her salary. So look at this email again, 20% to H and then 10% held by H for the big guy. Do the math. 50% of 20% is 10%. Now I want to go on to the main subject for today, which is that the Democratic Party apparently are a bunch of 5-year-olds. Today was the vote in the Judiciary Committee to send Amy Coney Barrett's Supreme Court Justice nomination to the floor. No Democrats showed up. They boycotted it, which is really just sulking. That's number one. But number two, though they did not come, and this is, remember, after we saw Dianne Feinstein hugging Lindsey Graham, telling him, it was caught on a hot mic, telling him that this was the fairest hearing that she had ever attended, words to that effect. I don't remember the exact quote. And now she boycotted the vote, just as every Democrat did. Instead, a number of the Democratic senators sent cardboard cutouts, cardboard posters to sit in their chairs, not of the senators, but of people whom would be hurt by the repeal of the Affordable Care Act, which they expect to be repealed if Amy Coney Barrett is elevated to the Supreme Court, as it looks she will be. It just goes to show you that they are not looking for a justice who will objectively and fairly apply the Constitution as written. They are looking for judges who they can be sure will uphold certain laws that they like, liberal laws, which is an important distinction because they will accuse conservatives of wanting justices who will overturn, say, the ACA or Roe v. Wade. That is false. All conservatives, I am one, all we ask is that a Supreme Court justice interpret and apply the Constitution as written, as it was intended to be interpreted and applied by the people, the legislatures that wrote the Constitution or the amendments, as the case may be, confident that justice who interpreted the Constitution as written, as intended, would overturn, say, Roe v. Wade. It may be too late now because of stare decisis, but had such justices been on the court in 1973, or had they been the majority, that Roe v. Wade would have been decided the other way, that the Affordable Care Act would have been decided the other way, that the Affordable Care Act and or Roe v. Wade would be overturned, But if it were not overturned, it would be because of stare decisis. In other words, Latin for let the decision stand. In other words, it has been on the book so long, so many people have ordered their lives around those laws that it's too late to overturn them, even though they are unconstitutional. But still, the statement would be made that they are unconstitutional. And then going forward, any new such legislation would be struck down if challenged in the Supreme Court. Now, if our Democratic friends, our liberal friends on the left, believe that the Constitution as written, as intended, supports their policy preferences, they should want the same thing that we conservatives do. They should want a justice that interprets and applies the Constitution as written. And that's what one would have expected these Democratic senators to have said at the hearing for Amy Coney Barrett. Not about the people who would be hurt if the ACA is overturned, or will you support the ACA? Was Roe v. Wade correctly decided? Simply, will you interpret the Constitution as written? Will you apply the Constitution as written, as intended? If they can't do that, well, they can't do that, or they haven't done it, then they should be honest. They should say that we do not want a constitution. We want justices to just use their own judgment, to do as Thurgood Marshall said. He was asked about the role of the Constitution in his jurisprudence when he was on the Supreme Court, and he said, I just rule the way I think is right. I just do what I think is right and wait for the law to catch up. That's basically what he said. I'm paraphrasing slightly, but that's almost exactly word for word what he said. What he misses is that justices, in doing what Thurgood Marshall said he does, they are not waiting for the law to catch up. They are making law. They are changing laws and then forcing the rest of the country to abide not by the law, not by the Constitution, but by their decisions. And that's it for today. Thanks as always for spending some of your time with me. I really appreciate it. If you could also give me a thumbs up if you like this video, that would really be great. Share it with anybody you think would also like the video. Got any comments, questions, suggestions for future topics? There's a comment section below the video. You could subscribe. I love getting new subscribers. And I want to plug my music channel that I started for my own amusement. Only 2 songs on it so far. Third one on the way. More to come after that. I put a link in the description below the video. But most of all, come back and see me again. I look forward to seeing all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.